What is going on, guys? It's Ramming All the Way, Season 2, Episode 3. We've got a massive header against Arsenal in the United British Cup quarter-final. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it and try and beat a Premier League giant. So here we have the starting lineup that we're going to be playing to try and nullify that Arsenal side. We've plug and played a tactic this time to try and just test the waters with a very different formation as opposed to the two formations that we've been running with for most of the time. But here we have a 4-1-1-2-2. It's very unusual, or you could say a 4-2-4, but we have Roman playmaker and Edin Shamir, central midfielder Louis Sibley. Now Shamir is playing over Max Bird because his fitness is lacking at the moment. We have Woodburn and Knight on either side, Ricky J. Jones and Tom Lawrence up front in the false nine and the advanced forward position, and then the defence is pretty similar to what we've been going with most of the time. I'm worried that Davis is going to just have rings run round him, and Gillespie really needs to be playing his A game. Shamir is playing. We've got a bench that I think will try and help. I don't want to bring Max Bird on, but if we do, we'll have to bring him on near the end of the game. We're playing with a positive. I don't know whether this will be the best idea, playing with a positive, because this Arsenal side is very fast. If we get caught out, we'll get caught out straight away, but I'm hoping that playing sort of with this little spike at the front can push their defence and break them up and open a little bit of space for the likes of Louis Sibley to pass the ball out once again. So it's going to kind of back and forth between these two at the very front and then these three here that are going to kind of become this pronged central attack, because Sibley's going to move forward and then Shamir's going to kind of move down this middle here. And so we need those inverted wing backs to cover that position where Shamir would be, but he's going to be somewhere else on the field, basically. That's the general idea of the tactic. I've looked it up a little bit. I've tried to work it out. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the game. So here we have a corner with Martin Odegaard. He's pushed it straight in, and it's a save, and it's already a goal for Arsenal in the second minute of the game. This is not a positive start for Derby County, not the positive start that we wanted, but we're just hoping that this tactic works. I mean, that corner was pretty sloppy, initial save there, and then Martinelli picking up a simple pass into the back of the net, basically. And here we have now Tom Lawrence on a corner for Derby County, puts the ball into the box, and Curtis Davis has nearly made it 1-0. The man that I was worried about nearly made it 1-1, sorry, for Derby County. We're 20 minutes into the game. Derby have a free kick. Davis passes it to Ajipong. Ajipong around that middle of the park now, making a run to try and get past the player, but Saka's picked the ball up, outpaced him to pick the ball off him, and Martinelli's on to make it 2, and it's just gone wide. Tierney's put the ball now on the left to Saka. Ajipong's been run again, and it's not worked out for Arsenal. Now Ajipong with the ball to Sibley, and it's a perfect ball over the top to Tom Lawrence. Tom Lawrence still has the ball. What's he going to do with it now? He's still got the ball. Ricky J. Jones. 1-1. Perfect start to the game. We are 18 minutes in. It is 1-1 against Premier League giants Arsenal. No offside. Ricky J. Jones, star man of the season alongside Tom Lawrence, and that was a perfect pass. It is incredible. Now we have Gillespie with a goal kick, passes it to Edin Shamir. Curtis Davis now in his own box, passes it to Ajipong, to Louis Sibley. Good passing play to Jason Knight. Jason Knight's being pressed, but he's passed it out to Sibley. Ajipong's making a run. Was he offside? Either way, he did drop back and Tierney beat him. Ricky J. Jones has took advantage of a goalkeeper mistake there to try and pass it, but now we have a corner. Back into the feet of Louis Sibley now. Louis Sibley, what's he going to do? Is he going to take advantage of this run? And it's just over. That would have been a world-class goal to make it 2-1 against Premier League giants. Does not get there, but Gabriel poorly headed it. And now it's Shamir to Jones. What's Jones going to do on this left-hand side? He's put the ball through Sibley. It's a perfect ball. Can he get the goal again? And it's just over the bar once again. Here we have a very worrying corner from Odegaard. Shamir now has cleared it, but Ilkay Gundogan picks it up in a perfect position. Alvarez, will he take a shot here? No, he's put it through to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe still has the ball, puts into Martinelli, and it is 2-1 to Arsenal. No offside. It's 2-1 to Arsenal, 37 minutes in. Gabriel now. We are very close to the end of the first half. It's been pretty eventful now. Saka with the ball about 30 yards out. Saka's made a massive run, and it's saved by Gillespie. We can't be having that happen. Saka needs to be closed down, and that's something we'll be changing at half time. Here we now have the second half against Arsenal. They're 2-1 up. We need to make a difference. Shamir will be taking him off very soon. We really need to just push to try and get at least a draw out of this game. Now we have Maul. He's passed it to Ben Woodburn. Ben Woodburn's going to make that pass back to Maul. He's made a perfect ball over to Louis Sibley. What's Sibley going to do? And it's saved by Leno. Chances missed, I think, today, and I think that's going to be how it's going to go. I don't think we're going to come out with a win if chances keep getting missed like that. Perfect clear-cut chances as well. We took all 3 substitutions now to try and make some form of difference. We brought Busquets, Bird and Ravel Morrison on to try and push just in those final moments of the game to try and make it 2-2. If we don't, it's fine because we've got to the quarter-final, but it would be very nice to upset a giant, potentially take it to the Emirates in a replay. I think the replays do go up to the quarterfinals. I can't remember how I set it up, but we have Ravel Morrison potentially making a difference, and he doesn't because he's tackled by Odegaard to Gundogan to Saka. Tierney on the left now. What's he going to do? He's going to make a run rather than pass it. He's passed it to Balogun. Balogun still has the ball now. Maul has cleared it. Ajapong has put the ball out to Ricky J. Jones, but he's tried to head it to Lawrence, and Lawrence has basically not got there. We have Smith Rowe on the right hand side. This could be the nail in the coffin for Derby County if this Arsenal team just put one more goal in the back of the net. And Martinelli has pushed the ball just over. Nuno Tavares is coming on. I mean, it's basically game over at this point, 82 minutes in. And somehow, they've got a penalty from what looks like a player just falling over. And now, it basically is the nail in the coffin unless Gillespie somehow saves this penalty. Ilkay Gundogan steps up. And he's put it in the bottom left, keeper's bottom right. And yet, it's pretty much game over. And it's all over. Arsenal 3, Derby County 1. Unlucky on the day. I think we had a couple of clear-cut chances right near the start. And that final goal really did bury us quite late on as well. Ricky J. Jones being the best on the team and Tom Lawrence getting an assist. I don't think we can ask for more. There was a chance that we could have pulled it back, but they had to wait all the way till the 84th minute to make it 3-1, and that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And we'll get straight into another game after this, but we're out of the United British Cup at the quarter-final. I'll take that. And would you look at that? A team like Wolves coming and sniffing along, seeing the fact that I am doing so well at Derby County, straight up declined the interview down to the fact that I want to make good for this Derby team. I'm getting them promoted and I'm going to try and win a Premier League. That's the goal, a Premier League title, and then the series will be done. But I've turned down a Wolves role. It says that I'm doing well. So here we have it. We are on the 31st of December 2022. We've pushed our games all the way to 28, so that means we've played 2 cup matches and 12 league matches, so 14 matches altogether. That's a lot of matches to get through. We showed the first one against Arsenal. We've got Hibernian next, and that'll be in the next episode, so we're just going to quickly check through the schedule. So since that Arsenal 3-1 loss, the form's been up and down, definitely. So we beat Cov 2-0, then lost 2 games in a row against Cardiff and Bristol. Then we beat Birmingham, Hull, Hibernian, Rotherham, Middlesbrough and Preston. And then the form since those 5 league game wins in a row have been questionable. We've lost to Luton, we've drawn, and we lost to Blackburn 5-2, which was quite a frustrating game because we were 2-0 up. Half time comes and then all of a sudden they score 5 goals in the second half, and that is just sadly how it goes sometimes. Tom Lawrence is absolutely smashing it once again, second season in a row. I think he'll be getting a lot more, but he's played less as well. He has played less, and that is simply just down to having to be rested more. The intensity of the football, I mean, if you look at this, a lot of players are tired, the fitness is low. We've got suspensions. We need to rest players. Some players are unhappy. I've not balanced the side the best. If we look at the dynamics, the managerial support is going down. The club atmosphere is okay. It's pretty much slap bang in the middle. The team cohesion is good though, so people are happy to play. If you look at the hierarchy, it's pretty obvious why, like, the likes of Tom Huddleston, why the reason why he's not playing is because he's just not good enough. We bought him in as a backup, and he should be happy to be a backup. He's actually a squad player. That's maybe an error on my part. In the social groups, not much has changed other than the fact that you've got the likes of Ajipong moving his way up into the secondary social groups, and Tom Lawrence is all the way down in the secondary social group. That's a big surprise, but Ricky J. Jones has moved his way up to the secondary group A, and he is having to be honest, a world-class season at this level. We bought him in. I think he's the most expensive player that we bought in this season, and he's scored 23 goals in 24 matches. And another thing that I wanted to mention is the fact that we've scored 65 goals, so it's the best in the league. We've scored an incredibly high amount of goals, and if we look at the league table, we've conceded 44. So if we compare that to last season, where we scored 75 and conceded 72, we're actually on track to potentially concede more than we did last season, but also we're on track to score more than we did last season. So when I said at the end of last season that we were going to try and fix those defensive problems, and bringing in Mark Gillespie was the reason, it's actually not worked as much as I thought it would. We bought him in for 675,000. I thought, you know what, he's going to be a top player. Ryan Allsop has played as well, and he's actually played better. So we're in a bit of an issue where Mark Gillespie wants playing time. I've promised them both playing time, rookie error, and I'm trying to balance it because Gillespie's actually not playing as well. The defenders we bought in are playing well, but I can't seem to find the right partnership. It seems like Curtis Davis is the best partnership there, and Louis Binks right now is just not good enough for the team. If we take a look at that, 18 appearances, 750,000. His potential is fairly decent, so we're going to stick with him. But the wage budget, we're going to have to make some cuts, and we have hit the transfer window now. It goes through on the 31st of December. We're going to have to balance the books a bit and hopefully hold up the form, because we even peaked at first, but that's because we had a few games in hand. They had a few games in hand on top of us, so we've played 28. And we've got, the rest of the season left now in the second half. It's going to be a busy run of games. We're not that far behind top position, but promotion is looking possible. So I'm going to hold a team meeting. I'm going to tell the team that we're going to push for a promotion, a playoff position, and hope for the best. It's nice to see Rangers actually sitting in second, one of the teams that came down the previous season. Again, like in the last episode, Celtic are not doing as well. And then if we look at the Scottish teams that got relegated as well, the highest one is Hearts, and then Dundee, Aberdeen, you got St Mirren, Ross County, Motherwell, St Johnstone, Inverness, Livingston. So this seems like the league where most of the Scottish teams are going to end up. So in today's episode, you've seen me absolutely failing against a Premier League team, and that's the level that we want to be at because we're trying our best to get promoted this season. You've seen mixed form coming from the team, and that I would say is down to the fact that we've got a few problems with players saying that they want to leave. The club atmosphere isn't as good. The team cohesion and management approval from the players isn't as good either. So it's something that we're going to try and rectify off screen, and I'm going to fiddle around a little bit with a few tactics, make it a little bit less high maintenance on the players that still gain wins. So I'm going to have to probably pull that intensity back a little bit, slow down the tempo, etc. All the things that you don't really want to see, the things that I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing in between the now and the next episode. If you have enjoyed today's episode of me getting absolutely smashed by Arsenal and a few other teams, then leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, click the little bell. Have a nice day.